Satanism is Christianity.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
It's like a sect of Christianity.
It's like, yeah, because like that form emerges from Christianity.
But what about the evil stuff? Like, what are the tenets of Satanism? Like, what's the most evil stuff?
The evil stuff in
Sure.
Satanism?
Yeah.
So
Well, Christianity has evil stuff in it, right?
Okay, so
we both agree to that, right?
there's different forms of Satanism. There's LaVeyan Satanism. There's the Temple of Satan. They have
you can pick. Oh, so it's like
It's
Baptists, Protestants.
Yeah, and
Mormons.
so there's the Romantic Satanism, right? So like,
Ooh.
In Romantic Satan, not like romantic in the sense of like, who is it? Milton. Like the idea is like you have this being that is like, I don't really want to be forced to worship you, and I don't understand necessarily why you should have all the power and why. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And then it gets thrown into hell, and then and suddenly this bifurcation emerges between good and evil, sacred and profane. And so that version of Satanism is looking at that not as like what is the general interpretation, which is the problem with Satan was like incredibly self-cherishing, self-absorbed, like really into himself, whereas God's like the sun, just like radiating life and love, and like with no sense of like give anything back to me, just like love. Whereas Satan is more about like me. So
Satan is like the worst human instincts.
Or Satan is more about, maybe you could say the idea is like I am God, right? So, like me, I'm God. So it's like my impulses and instincts and desires aren't bad. Why are you telling me it's bad to jerk off? Why are you telling me that it's bad to come? Why are you telling me these things are bad when like all of them make me feel happy and good? And why are you turning me into a fucking monster for this shit? And who the fuck do you think you are? I'm trying in the best way possible to depict a more sort of anti-authoritarian mysticism, right? So the symbol set they use is Satan, which most Satanists I've talked to are like, there's no fucking Satan, which I know everyone's like, of course they say that.
Of course, that's the horror movie, Duncan.
Right. But I would just invite you to, if you are like freaked out by Satanists, go hang out with one, and you are gonna have great cocaine.
There's already fucking problems with the first picture I took with that Satanist. But I do have to say that at your wedding party that you performed at that day, they were all nice. Everybody was real nice.
Right.
They were all friendly. We had a good time. We were barbecued.
We were barbecued.
We were barbecued. Everything was very weird. Just already. Life was weird. Breathing air was weird.
Right.
The sensation of your socks touching your toes as your socks are compressed by the heel of your shoe. All that was weird.
It was a crazy fucking night.
We were barbecued. And then there's these Satanists that are getting married. Like, what are we doing here? This is so crazy. And to watch you perform in front of them, I was like, this is crazy.
And by the way, it was like real Satanists. Like, that's the other thing. This is like that, because it is a religion, and it really was real. It was like real Satanists, and many of them were. And, I just, like, ever since I, like, hung out with them, even though I don't hang out with them anymore, or I saw Zandora in San Francisco, it was nice. But, it's just anytime when people are railing against the Satanists, I feel like maybe it's just semantics. I feel like they're confused regarding like at least like what that thing is versus people into hurting people or subjugating people or like hurting people, which I never encountered.
Evil,
that.
murder, death. Do you think Satan is a real thing? Do you think there is a Satan? Is it a real being? Is it an entity? Or does it represent like the worst aspects of human nature? Does it represent the most violent and vile just instincts that we've adopted or we've inherited rather from our simian ancestors that just had to fight tooth and claw for survival? And then we've developed this ability to be ruthless and cruel because that's the only thing that keeps you alive. And that's one of the theories, isn't it, about why women are attracted to serial killers? It's like knowing someone can kill. There's an attraction to that because that person could protect you and keep you alive in the most dangerous of times. Because some people just can't. They can't do it. They don't know what to do. They panic if something happens. They'll fall apart.